Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
You can actually see what I look like. You're like the only person who's probably noticed.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Well, that's nice at least. She's taking this whole dead thing pretty well.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson and my son-in-law, you're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
Poor John.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Oh, that's a really rough conversation.
Spending next summer in France. Absolutely. Why not?
Well, this is our father's study, I think. So this is a letter that's for us. It's quite a long one, but I will read it. My dear and beloved John, when you receive this letter, you will be 35, and I'll be long gone. I feel a little silly writing you in this first letter when you won't read it for a few years. I struggled for a long time about how best to write you this, until I remembered the puzzle and riddles I invented for you when you were a boy. Oh, how you loved to solve those enigmas. Well, I found it would be a good idea to propose for you one final game. It will probably be less rewarding. No candies or exotic treasures for you if you decipher the game, this time. But a greater treasure, perhaps. The truth. This is my only attempt for you to explain why I chose to leave my family without an explanation. If you want to know why, simply play my little game. It really is up to you, my son. Rest assured that I love you. I promise my family was and still is everything to me. I remember the first time I held you and your sister in my arms, my treasures, my jewels. To see you grow up, play, and laugh filled my heart with joy every time I went back to our home. I could have killed to protect you, my son, my daughter, my wife. But fate found me in the end, and I had to make a tough decision. The worst was to disappear, without a word, and I decided to do it anyway, and soon I'll be gone for good. I don't ask for forgiveness, but for understanding. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember how happy we were back in those days. If you want to find the next message, think green grass and tall trees on sunny Sundays.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
So, that's the clue. It does like a little side quest. It's not, you don't get anything major out of it, but it does sort of flesh things out a little bit. So, is there anything else we should do? Now, alright. What we can do, every so often, Mummy Dearest will go into her own room, and we'll sort of flag it. He'll flag out one of those listening points, so we can find out more about her. We find out that she's really is talking to, or she thinks we're all dead and is talking to us, which is kind of sad. You know. An old letter. It's talking about Avery, the butler, and about how our dad is going to leave. We should probably talk to him about that. Wait. There we go. Half the house isn't accessible. It's a nice house. The butler's a very nice gentleman. Let's quickly do our doctor's rounds in our own house. It's not stealing, it's ours. Yep, box of pills. Mum doesn't need those, probably. Hey! Oh!
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
We've had a bad time.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You serve this family excellently, I understand if you leave.
You
It'd be
have
nice.
served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
I'm sure we can do that.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
Good question. Truthfully, we don't know, do we?
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan. But you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
She thinks we're dead. Well, she knows we're dead, actually.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Alright,
Goodbye, Avery.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan.
so that's the Reed household. There's a couple of other people we should see before we turn in for the night, I think, and get some XP done. Let's see, we need some quests to do. Ah, this is Charlotte, I think.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would...
What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
How rude. So yeah, this is Elizabeth's daughter. She's not a vampire, and she's the adoptive daughter, in case anyone's curious. So, we can get some side quests out of her, I think. I think we need to do...
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not?
Few streets away, I'm literally over there.
Imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time. That you could have met her in a dark alley at night.
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
This lady is a nuisance.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
There we go. That's how we get a side quest from this lady.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
The way that time passes in this game is actually kind of strange. Like, I guess in theory it's been quite a few days since we've last seen Elizabeth. But, you know, we saw her like, what, 30 minutes ago? Or it would have been less if I hadn't keep dying all the time. Anyway, this fine gentleman also has a side quest for us.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
So this man has stuff to trade, so let's have a look. He actually has things like good handle parts, tiny handle parts, so we're actually going to buy some of these since we've got tons of money right now. And we're not using it for anything else. We don't need good trigger parts right now, but that's kind of handy. Do we want to sell this? We don't want to use truncheon, probably, so we can get rid of that. Good double-barrel shotgun, 31. Yeah, we don't need that, because we got Milton shotguns. Oh yeah, we somehow picked that up, didn't we? Ooh. I think there's some other things we can sell. Rings that we can sell for some money. Box of pills we want to keep. Cigarette cases are good resale value, so we can sell a few of those. I think silver forks and ink pens we can actually sell, but we're okay for now. Like, that'll do. However, there's also side quests we can go with this man. So I can't remember which one we need to do. Any interesting local news?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Is food interest you?
Finding a good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
So, we actually have, where is it under? Personal questions? No. There is a side quest that we can get somewhere along here. Tell me about the neighborhood.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
So you would think. It's false.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Unfortunately not.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
True that.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Now, what the hell do I need to... Is it under
What
this?
can...
I
must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
There we go. There's the quest. So now we can leave. Goodbye. He's actually pretty nice. He's a bit naive about what's going on, but, you know. Now, we've actually got a couple of the side quests. There are a few more to get and gather, but we've done a reasonably good job. So let's scoot back to bed. Whoop. I might be able to upgrade the cudgel, actually. Let's have a look. Oh, it actually kept the thick blood sample when I snuffed it. That's useful. Lovely. Alright. Nope. No, I need one more good handle part. That's a bit of a nuisance. Okay. Let's go to bed then and spend some of this XP we have. Right. Let's see. Can't get the ultimate level, next level anyway. Could get another level in claws if we wanted to. It's quite expensive. Actually, we couldn't. It's really expensive. Another blood barrier would be quite useful. I think having 2 hits absorbed instead of 1 is going to be a big boon. Having more endurance is also incredibly handy. As is having more general HP. And bite giving us more life regeneration. Level 20. There we go. That's a bit better. And we can see what's going to happen with the districts as well, of course. This will regenerate all the dudes, but since they seem to come back anyway. The district is now healthy. Well, that's nice. I guess because we rescue some people. So the prices go down accordingly. And it seems that the hospital district has a bit of a flu problem. Oh no, this is Whitechapel, isn't it? Sorry. They got fatigue, fatigue, and fatigue. Well, the most common thing. Oh yeah, we went around and helped everybody, didn't we? Now, if we're lucky, that'll go to sanitized. Yeah, boy. So, we have sanitized the Pembroke Hospital District. And 97% on the docks, because everyone's actually okay. So, we're doing alright. We need to go back to Whitechapel briefly, but I need to do that anyway, because we need to go and visit this gentleman for the Braille quest. But otherwise, not so bad. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I know we spent most of the set watching me snuff it, so sorry about that. However, next time, because of the new quest we've got, let's have a look. We've got 3... Well, we've rescued him, haven't we? We've got 3 quests. So we can do the Journey to the Past quest. Emily is missing, and that one. However, there are a couple more we can unlock on the map. Where's the map? Where's the map? There's a map. There's a couple more around here, I think. Well, we can find out what's going on. There's new dialogue available from Dr. Swansea and Lady Ashbury, but we don't really worry about that too much. This is not particularly a quest. Yeah, so we'll talk to the rest of the characters in the West End next time, get more quests. There's a few more to get, not many more. Then, basically, we'll do the side quests, visit Whitechapel, and then carry on with the main plot. In that order, probably. Thank you very much for watching. I'm glad you guys seem to be enjoying this one. It's, I know it can be a bit of a slow burner at times, where sometimes there's not a lot going on, or blah blah blah, but, you know, it's nice to see that you people seem to enjoy it. So, thank you very much. And I'll catch you all later. Goodbye!